So begins another episode of the Inspired Disorder Podcast. With our hosts, Ray Taylor and Keith Spurlock. Disorder starts now.
Bow, 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 bow.
Waka flocka, waka flocka, waka flocka.
Inspired disorder. So, what that is code for is another episode of the Inspired Disorder Podcast.
Woo!
And we present to you with another bait and switch. Ha 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 ha. You thought Postal Poet was coming on the show.
Psych.
We thought Postal Poet was coming on the show. Psych.
Double psych.
Not. We've been burned. No, I don't know what happened. There's tweets and DMs and text messages out to see if everything's cool. Hopefully he's okay.
He's got a lot of kids, man.
He does. Yeah, he has a lot of fucking kids.
He's got like 36 kids, and something could have happened with one of those kids.
That's what the M in Mexican stands for. Multiply. Multiply, multiply, multiply.
I don't think that's what it stands for.
It could. I don't know. Science. I've read a couple books, but not all of them, so it could be. Graham Hancock probably knows the answer to that, or Stephen Hawking, or somebody really smart.
By books, do you mean the first paragraph of an article?
Yeah, right. No, like, like, what is the title of this magazine, and what are potential stories that are in there? No, I don't have fucking. I don't have time. I'm not in the routine of reading anything, so me having to sit down and like read something is tough. But I like audiobooks because most of my day I'm able to. That's why I like podcasts. You know, I can just have it in my ear playing on the radio or whatever while I'm doing shit, and I'm good to go. Or music. Music's always good. That way I don't even have to think about what I'm listening to. But yeah, reading, I don't know, man. I know I'm like partially dyslexic, kind of. Like, I can read just fine, but like I fuck shit up, and like I'll read. A lot of people have this, I found out, where you're reading and then your mind drifts off, and then the next thing you know, you're like 7 pages in, and you're like, what the fuck have I been reading the whole time?
Yeah, that happens to everyone, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. So
except for like ridiculous geniuses that remember everything that they read ever.
It happens to everybody except for like all the people that can read normally.
No, I'm talking about that. The 1%ers.
Oh, the 1%ers. Oh, well, see? Just another freaking category I get put in with everybody else. Why can't I be 1% of something?
Well, you're
good
in the lower 1% of a lot of things.
Yeah, the lower. Well, hey, man, you gotta... Every person has a market that they can exploit. And mine lives at the bottom of the barrel. And it's nice there, you know. I don't have to worry about falling very far unless I trip. I'm not very tall, so falling from my height isn't, that bad. So.
But you do have to worry about drowning at the bottom of the barrel.
No, man. I can hold my breath for a long time.
The barrel fills up with water.
Why? What barrel are you living in?
The kind that holds water.
Why are you doing that? Why wouldn't you just live in a shitty barrel that has holes in it? That way you can survive at the bottom, son.
Because that's what being at the bottom of the barrel is. No. If you're at the top of the barrel, the floods don't affect you. But when you're at the bottom of the barrel, the flood might,
I don't think that's what that saying is.
It's a metaphor for life.
I don't think that's what the metaphor is. I think the bottom of the barrel is like where the scum collects. And that's what you have to scrape the bottom of the barrel to get the rest of the bullshit out of the barrel. So I'm like the rest of the bullshit that's like clinging on.
Save me,
so you're like resin?
Yeah, like resin. That's
resin.
The bottom of a bowl, not a barrel.
Whatever, man.
They should rename it.
Me.
They should rename it, and then they can take it. Then
the bottom of the bowl.
The bottom of the bowl, man. Fucking resin. Get out of here. When hippies start When stoners start insulting people, when they start getting angry.
Man, you're at the fucking bottom of the bowl.
Yeah, man. Fuck you. Clog up my shit, fucker. Why you gotta do that? So, yeah, so no Postal Poet, unless he calls in, which would be cool. I think I'll be able to patch him through. I haven't talked to that guy in a long time. So I was looking forward to catching up with the dude, one of the 3 that started the Inspired Disorder Collective. So yeah, so all listening or watching, you're just stuck with Keith and I for the next hour and 45 minutes, unless it just gets really boring, and then we'll be like, let's play charades, and then we'll turn it off.
We should do that for the next hour.
Charades. just do a show that you can only experience it watching it. You have to watch the video version.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, so what's going on, Keith? How's the So we were just talking before the show that neither of us have a lot going on coming up. Because there's no UFCs, so we don't have to worry about PickBet, because I know Keith is such a stickler for keeping up with everything that's going on with PickBet.
You son of a bitch.
So
I have a life.
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
just so happened both of the 2 things that I've ever done in the last 2 months have fallen on the last 2 days of fights. I can't help it.
You still could have, picked.
I could have, but I got high and forgot. I don't know.
Oh, man, that weed. They need to figure out, splice marijuana with, alpha brain somehow, so you get all the effects, the positive effects, healthy positive effects of cannabis without the, one drawback of forgetting what the fuck you were talking about.
Alpha-wana?
Alpha-wana, yeah. It sounds like a Snoop Lion song.
Oh, Alpha-wana, baby.
That documentary is on Netflix, the one about him going to Jamaica.
It yet.
I started to, and then I'm like, man, I don't feel like watching this right now. I don't know. It didn't.
There's been quite a few movies on Netflix that I've started and got about 5 minutes into it and been like, yep, this is not happening.
Oh, man. I wonder, is it more of the man on Earth, the man from Earth, or whatever the fuck that...
I was really high when I started that, and then I so almost changed it 8 times.
Yeah.
And then I just gave it that last little second, and I was like, holy shit, this just got interesting.
It's because when you're at the bottom of the bowl, like that movie had been, when there's any spike in entertainment, it's that's the greatest part of that movie ever. Which there is a little spike in that fucking movie that mildly makes it worth the waste of time. Mildly.
Here's the thing. I think you remake that movie with a budget and then do flashbacks of his life.
Take that one part, that one interesting part where Jesus goes to India to study with the Buddha, and then he comes back.
Do it the same way, but play the flashbacks of him telling the story.
No, because it's not a good premise. It's not the premise of the movie isn't that good. Just that one part of the premise is. But we're playing charades. Reach. It's a movie. You have to reach over, reach out of camera, and then scratch your neck and wave, and then do the Macarena. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not good at charades.
Exactly. I don't know
either. I'm almost done with Battlestar Galactica. For everybody that has been beating down my door, sending me tweets left and right, up and down, north and south, in and out. Facebook requests. Somebody stalking me. I think they were chasing me down on my way to work, yelling, asking, where am I at on Battlestar Galactica? And now you know. Now I'm going to tell you that I'm on the final season.
How many seasons?
I think it's 4. So 4th season. Each
many.
episode is an hour long. They've had a few movie episodes. There's a couple episodes are 2 hour long, an hour and a half. fucking amazing show. Yeah, I'm kind of. I don't want it to end. Don't want it to end, man. Although I don't remember anybody when it did end. Like 6 years ago, I don't remember hearing people complaining like people complained for Lost. So I'm not expecting to be let down. Anyway,
I hope you are.
probably.
Just because I got into Lost and I got let down.
That's why I'm
so.
not gonna fucking watch. I'm not gonna spend my time.
You should.
I know. We've talked about this. You have a shitty argument, but I still let you speak about it. Didn't turn your mic off. But I might. Who knows? Maybe I'll be like, I'll go through every show. I'll watch Battlestar Galactica again. I'll watch The Wire for like the 4th time. I'll
Watch
rewatch
the original Battlestar Galactica.
I heard that's not good.
It's probably not.
Yeah. Well, maybe I will. Maybe I'll do that too. And after I've watched all of those things, then maybe I'll put Lost on. And then at the end, when I'm disappointed, I'm going to yell and scream, maybe cry a little bit, and personally get in touch with every single person that told me to watch that fucking show and tell them, no, don't.
No.
Stop. And then my life will be complete. But yeah, I don't know, man. There's other shows that, I don't know. Unless I like start going out with a chick and she wants to watch it, then that will be like, okay, I guess I'll watch it now.
My boss at work was he was recommending a show for me to get into, and he's like, "Have you ever seen Burn Notice?"
Is that the one with fucking that comedian guy?
No, it's some shitty spy show on USA.
Oh.
It's got Bruce Campbell, and he's not even the main character, but he's the only person that you might recognize in the cast.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Cable shows, I don't really know. Unless they're popular and I download them. Totally legally, by the way. Internet. So many great things. Abundance. Yeah, I just don't know. There's a lot of shows I don't know about. And clearly that one is one of them.
I just watch Archer over and over and over.
Archer's good, man. I'm behind on that show. I'm behind on a lot of fucking shows. But whatever. Like Game of Thrones, I'm going to have to do...
I've not watched any of that.
That's a fucking great show. It's dense, though. Like, you have to be paying attention because there's a lot of fucking characters. They don't baby the audience very much, so it can be confusing. Kind of like that. Have you ever seen
the type of shows I'm into?
Have you seen The Wire?
No.
Oh, that's a really good one, too. That one's really tough. You have to be paying attention to that one. Both of those, highly recommend. Although The Wire, as a complete show from start to finish, like, it's wrapped up beautifully. Each season has its own theme. It's so well done that's kind of like the gold standard, even though I think Breaking Bad is more entertaining. So overall, little bit better show. Or a show that I'd watch again more regularly. But The Wire is a fucking great show. Great show, man. Yeah. But a lot of shows. Louis not coming back. So that was a show I used to like.
What?
Louis, well, he's taking a season off, I think. I think he might be working on another project or something like that. Or just taking a break. I don't know. He hasn't called me back. So.
Well, you should.
I know. I mean, I'm busy too, Lou Ferrigno? Or Louis? Lou. You know what I call you when it's dark, the candles are lit, the wine has been poured. Oh, I could have been drinking.
You like the gingers?
Yeah. No, I don't know. I've never been with a ginger, so I don't know. I don't know the advantages or disadvantages.
Well, they have no soul, so they're better in bed usually.
Ooh. I need to get me a ginger. For sure. For show, son. So this is such a action-packed episode. I wonder if we have any listeners. I guess we could take callers.
Yeah. Hey, if you're listening, call in.
Yeah, well, we could tweet it out. No, because I don't want that fucking number blowing up everywhere on the internet. That's the last thing I would need is for trolls to start calling in. So what podcasts are you listening to, watching nowadays, Keith?
Actually, to tell you the truth, I've taken about a week off, but my normals are the obvious, the Ari. I haven't listened to Duncan's in a few months.
Yeah.
Uh,
We took some time
Mom's,
off.
Your Mom's House. I like to listen to the Beige Phillips Show.
Okay. I've never heard of that one. Which one's that one?
It's Dante Nero. Him and Patrice O'Neill used to do the Black Phillips Show.
Okay.
I guess it was a show on XM like after Opie and Anthony, but it was like his version of a Black Dr. Phil.
Okay.
That
Patrice
just told the truth.
Patrice doing
Patrice
this?
was
Whew.
was the original one.
Damn, that would have been. I should probably look that up.
Yeah, it's good. I really like it. But after Patrice died, Dante took up the torch, and since he's more of a beige. He calls it Beige Phillip.
Okay. That's cool.
But it's good. It's him and Mara Merrick, who's a LA comic.
Okay.
Who like goes in between LA and New York, and Harry Turjanian, who's a comic out of Chicago, I believe. But I don't know. It's a pretty good show. I've recommended it to a lot of people.
That's cool. Is it like hour-long show, 2-hour-long show?
Yeah, it's usually like an hour
Okay.
on average, but it's like it's kind of like a relationship advice show, but more from like a man's man standpoint. I don't know.
Almost like a Love Line kind of thing, but without a
Kinda.
fake
I mean,
doctor.
there is like a viewer mail or listener mail that they
okay.
try to answer every once in a while, but they have guests and shit, and it's just funny. I like it.
That's cool. I'll have to check that one out, man. Do you just listen to shows, or do you watch them too?
There's certain ones I watch, like I usually watch the Rogans, or anything that Red Band does. Like if it's something he does, I would rather watch it than listen, just because if there is video, like we were talking about earlier, they do so many things that are just visual.
Yeah. That's
that it makes it hard to listen to.
Yeah. We were talking about the Naughty Show, because they just went from the Joint Studios where they had video to Playboy Radio, which is at Playboy Studios or Playboy Radio Studios, and there's no video yet. But the show is still. I used to watch that show, because they do a lot of visual things, and usually the visual things are hot fucking chicks, either nude, half nude, whatever, any variation of nudity. So watching it is very entertaining. But knowing that they don't have video, they're not playing, they haven't really done anything visual, except for they were going to do like a booty shaking contest or whatever, which would have not been good over the radio. But for video, may have been interesting. I'm saying words weird. But yeah, I pretty much video. If the Naughty Show starts doing it again, I'll start watching again. I'll watch Rogan's, not really live, but I'll catch up on them. And then DVD ASA, which is an awesome show too. Very similar. If you listen to the Naughty Show, then you'll like this. Although Rogan was a guest on one of the episodes, and he kind of act like a dick towards the end, because they do one of the segments of the show. There's not really segments. It's pretty much just like open conversation throughout the whole episode, and then at the end they do a trivia thing. It's like a dumb trivia thing they do at the end, and Rogan wasn't having any part of it. He was just on his phone, just like, okay, let's get this over with so I can get out of here. So it's kind of, I don't know, seemed kind of shitty. And then the guy that does the trivia, like, after that, and then I think there was another guest maybe that didn't really care too much. He's like, I don't need to do this shit. I don't need to be fucking like recording. Like, I don't need to be doing this podcast. It's an awesome show though. Fucking, they've had what's the dude's name? Dude that in the 80s movie holding the radio up over his head. John Cusack. He was a guest on there. The chick that's in Louis, that's like a kind of a constant character. She was on. Then Rogan's been on. They've had a few artists on, like Cartoon and I forget the other guy's name. So it's an awesome because it's David Cho, he's artist, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's mostly him talking about, and Asa Akira, who's a porn star, them talking about themselves, and David Cho, like all the different like crazy shit he gets into because he fucks just bitches all the time because he's a bazillionaire and can do whatever he want and can afford anything. So he just gets laid all the time, and then he talks about it on the show. Not specific like this drama. There's always like drama, so it's a fucking entertaining show to watch. And Yoshi was on the show for a while. He actually got fired from the show. It's crazy. And then this new guy
How did he get fired from the show?
Because he didn't want to participate. They wanted to do like an ex-lover show where they would bring, have an ex of theirs on, and David Cho did his first, so he had one of his exes on the show, and they just have a conversation. So they wanted to have an episode which each of them bringing ex on, and Yoshi didn't want to have any part of that. Didn't want to have to, talk about it at all, because he hasn't had. For those that don't know Yoshi Obayashi, and I only know just from him being guests on other shows, he's fucking hilarious, and I loved him on DVD ASA. He has his own podcast, Yoshi Didn't, which I've listened to a couple episodes, but it's more of a serious, like, interview kind of podcast, not as funny. But he was fucking hilarious on the DVD ASA podcast. But he, like, just didn't want to participate, and, like, when guests were on, he was just being, just kind of just didn't give a shit. And I don't know. There's a whole episode they talk about, like, there's a whole episode where he talks about all the reasons why Yoshi is no longer on the show. They're like still friends, but just doing the show he was done with. But yeah, it's a good fucking show. And they're like 20 something episodes in. I watched that one, and then the rest I listen to. So like I'll listen to Rogan's a lot too, just depending. And then Your Mom's House, fucking Ari Duncan, the Drunken Taoist, fucking shit. Yeah, so it just kind of fill in from there. But yeah. Video, I try to watch as many as I can, and like I've kind of been getting into the YouTube kind of subscription stuff, but I don't know, because there's a lot of Vice stuff and everything.
Yeah. I get into all the Vice stuff myself, but I can never stay current with it, I guess.
Oh, there's so much. It's impossible to keep up. Like
every time I'll find something and it's brand new to me, but it came out 2 years ago.
Yeah. That's probably the same. I don't even look to see when it came out, but there's just so much fucking content, and then different like genres of stuff. Like they'll have their Fightville. Is it Fightville? No, it's what's their MMA one? They have an MMA one. They have fucking like one for like skateboarding, I think. Then they have different
tattoo artists.
Yeah. Fucking awesome though, Vice. The HBO shows I haven't watched. I saw the first episode because they released that on YouTube, but all the other episodes I have not watched yet. That's one of the shows that I want to catch up on. Hopefully sooner than later or something like that. I don't know. I try not to have, now that I'm home more, I try not to have my TV on until like it's late and I'm not working anymore. Because I just fucking, I won't do shit. I won't get shit done.
Yeah, it's easy to veg out.
Yeah. And, when you're watching something, it's taking two senses, so you have to pay more attention to it. It's hard to do other shit. Although, like, having podcasts on, I'm able to do shit because, most of that shit's just listening anyway. But
yeah, a lot of times, even if I'm watching a live podcast, or not even a live, but just watching video of it, like, I do other shit on the computer at the same time.
Yeah.
And then I'll just flip back to it every once in a while when there's nothing else that is interesting me. So I can watch it when I want, but I can always listen to it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's It's just how you got to roll, man.
That's how I roll, son.
Yeah. So I wonder what happened to Post Poet, man. I wonder what happened to him. So, did I mention on the show that No Mas, 2 dudes, 1 brain?
No.
I don't think I did. So yeah, we only did 7 episodes, I think, which are still up. Everybody can still go listen to them. The show might come back, but it's on pause right now. Host Matt Thomas has a fucking day job, son, and he just doesn't have time right now, which is totally cool, man. But anytime he wants to start it back up, I told him we gonna get it going. So I don't know if I'm gonna. I kind of thought about, maybe producing somebody else's show, just since I got kind of used to the routine of doing 2 shows a week, and I like that hour-long format. It would be okay here. I prefer the 2-hour, especially if we have a guest, because then it's you get a lot more conversation in 2 hours. I think is kind of a sweet spot. But yeah, that 1 hour, because we never had guests on. It was just me and Matt. But. Anyway, it's gone. It's gone right now.
All right, so
yes.
I don't think we have actually talked about this.
Okay.
What are your thoughts on the whole NSA scandal? We haven't actually talked about this on the podcast.
I'm not even entirely sure I know what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
The Snowden, the leaked NSA shit about them spying on our phones, and the Prism thing where they're getting all our emails and shit like that. He was in Hong Kong. Today he just flew into Russia.
Who's this, the guy that leaked it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's fucked, because we've seen what they like to try and do. I mean, he's not fucked, but he's got to look over his fucking shoulder if he doesn't want to, become the dude that leaked the fucking drone strike things.
Bradley Manning.
Bradley Manning, yeah. So, they don't like whistleblowers, so they're probably just gonna go after them. But I thought, I don't know where I heard it. I don't know if it was on an old podcast, like a podcast I don't listen to anymore. But I want to say that somebody had talked about the government or some technology where it taps into. Like, I already thought that. I just assumed that shit was going on anyway.
Oh,
Generally,
yeah.
they're already doing that shit well before they even let it out. They usually... As
a pothead since 17 and used to being in nefarious activities, yeah, I've always just assumed that was just going on.
Yeah.
But to actually know that it's going on and have the president and everyone else say, yeah, it's going on, but... I mean, it's not like we're listening to all your phone calls.
Yeah, which I don't. I mean, that would be so much manpower to listen to and read everything. I mean, they have computers on it. Look, I mean,
just the fact that they're doing it.
Oh, yeah. They're gonna not only are they gonna keep doing it, they're gonna continue to push more. Yeah, especially.
Yeah, it's gonna get worse.
I almost guarantee at the next election, just because people are so fucking frustrated, the right wing's like, blowing up. I'm sure they'll finally find a non-retarded candidate on, for the Republicans, and they'll probably get elected into office because it's like nothing's changed, because everybody's like, a lot of people on the left are pissed with fucking Obama because he's pretty much done all the same shit that Bush has done to one degree or another. So it's like, it's first off, it's a system that I don't think we have any control over. I don't think our votes really matter one way or another, because we basically are electing the same type of person into office, where they're controlled by the businesses and the other people that have money. Like, you have to have a lot of fucking money to be able to really affect any kind of change in this world. Like, doesn't matter where you are. If you have a shitload of money, then you have more of a possibility to affect change. So I don't have that much money. So I have they're not going to listen to me. They're not going to listen to people that are making minimum wage, or, or even the people that are making, hundreds of $1,000s a year. they're not really listening to them either. There's probably lower level politicians that are, but just gotta but so it's like, because it's out of control and because the fucking news is shitty, because it's like I don't believe any of the bullshit that I'm being fed, I don't give a fuck. Like, I know this shit's gonna happen. I know it's gonna keep happening. I know there's a lot of people that are fighting it, so I don't necessarily need to use my energy to deal with that. But I also think that technology is moving way fucking faster than any of the bureaucrats and laws and all this kind of shit moves. So, like, you can't stop technology. Technology is going to keep going. You know, even if they shut down the internet, fucking Google just, there's a video they posted, it's probably been a week or two. And they're doing this thing where they're going to have balloons floating just above, like, the atmosphere so it doesn't interfere with anything, but it's not actually in orbit. And it's going to set up, like, high-speed Wi-Fi type things all over the world. It's called, like, Loon Project or something, Project Loon or something like that, which is kind of funny, especially if you're a Duncan Trussell Family Hour listener. But the Loons. So it's like, we may not be, I mean, and technology moves so fucking fast, I don't know what's going to be around in 5 years. Like, I don't know where phones are going to be. I don't know where computers are going to be. You know, there's ideas, but I don't fucking know. I don't know what internet's going to be. Things can kind of change pretty quickly with technology, so who knows? I try not to worry too much about it unless it's absolutely affecting me. Like, even this fucking patent troll thing with the podcasts, I haven't read that much into it, but from what I've heard and from the little that I've read, it seems like, first off, it's a fucking bullshit claim. He's not even, like, talking, but it's like, how can they stop people recording their conversations and distributing them
for free
in any manner? Like, okay, is he gonna take down RSS feeds? Maybe you can't do RSS feeds. It's like, well, they'll come up with something else then. They'll just, I mean, there's a lot of smart people that can come up with a fucking way to subscribe to shit. Or if they block, like, hosting services start shutting down or some shit, it's like they'll find a way through it. Like, it's not like the law stopped MP3s. Like, you know, when MP3s were only illegally traded, like, there weren't any official ways you could purchase an MP3 song, like, it never went away. They tried to get it fucking gone. Never went away. Not only that, everybody embraced it now. So now it's like, that's almost the only way you can get music. So it's, you know, they can't keep up with technology. It's either they find a way to make money with whatever the fuck's going on, or, you know, they die. Like, fucking the print industry is dead. Like, fucking the, you know, CD industry is dead. Like, fucking physical media in general is fucking dead. I'm getting, like, you know, so it's like, at one part of me, you know, I want to be the fucking out there protesting or some shit. Like, you know, not that I think even that really works. I mean, if you get a lot of people doing that on a focus thing, yes, but it's so hard. There's so much shit wrong. It's like, you can't get anybody to agree. Like, the whole Occupy Wall Street thing, that was probably one of the big reasons why it didn't have the punching power it should have had. You know, so
there's 100 different protests under one umbrella.
Yeah.
You know, this guy was protesting this thing, that guy was protesting that thing, but it all just went under the Occupy Wall Street umbrella.
Yeah, which is totally fine, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
But it also brought out the crazies, too.
Yeah.
And what's Fox News going to cover? The crazies or the people with legitimate arguments?
Nobody was covering it. People on the street and Ustream were covering it. So it's like, once again, Twitter and Ustream and smartphones, like, the technology, even though mainstream media, nobody was covering it, nobody was talking about it, like, you could still find coverage, in detailed live coverage of what's going on, like, in that fucking area. I remember, in this office, seeing a tweet go up. It's like, holy shit, shit's going down. Blah blah blah. They're taking a bunch of people. They're arresting all these people, and then throwing
you watch
up
it live.
Yeah, you throw up the fucking Twitter feed. You throw up Ustream, and you're watching like this crazy shit happening in like Northern California. It's like, what the fuck, live. So, dude, my fucking mouth is drying up like a motherfucker. So, just heard back from Jill. She can't get a hold of Mick. Okay. So yeah, she can't get a hold of me either. So hopefully he's okay. His phone just goes straight to voicemail. And then he hasn't, I don't know. Hopefully he's good. Hopefully he's just taking care of some shit, and maybe one of his kids flushed his phone away. And
it happens.
Yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully he's good. We'll keep everybody updated as the news unfolds on the Inspired Disorder podcast. Where
Boom.
is
Dun,
Post
dun,
a
dun.
Poet? Yeah. So
what'd you do? What'd you do this weekend? On this Shroom Fest weekend?
I did a lot of meditation yesterday. I've been getting into, I took some supplements that would help enhance meditative states, similar to like valerian root, but a little bit more punch. Should have had more punch anyway. I was a little disappointed. But I've been getting into these things called binaural beats. I kind of mentioned it when fucking Don was on. And it's like, the ones I had listened to before, it sounded like new agey music. But then I found like pretty much what they're supposed to be, and it's just like a fucking tone where one ear is like playing at 325 hertz and the other ear is playing at 315 hertz. So then the difference is a 10 hertz difference, and that 10 hertz relates to the way your brain reacts to it, and you can kind of coax your brain into certain states of thinking, whether it's to relax your thoughts and, kind of either for meditation or trying to go to sleep, or to kind of increase your thoughts like alpha brain would do, improve your cognitive function. So I was fucking around with that yesterday, and woo, that's fucking, I should plug it in. I could play some. It probably won't go through, but actually, no, I got it on here. But it's fucking crazy because you're just listening to like this tone, almost sounds like white noise, or it ends up kind of blending into the background. Let's see, do I have it on here? I do not have it on there. There we go. So this is for alpha waves, which is good for cognitive function, helps you think more, helps you think better. This is 9.5 hertz. So that's basically it. You just listen to that.
Really?
Yeah. And here's
I thought I was gonna get into like some whale fucking.
No,
noise,
they do
but
have. It's not like all new agey. Here's one that's like on the lower end. This one's delta wave, which I think is good for either sleep or meditation, but it's 0.5 hertz. So anyway, I don't know how well it goes through Skype
So
and
it's a
everything.
fan.
What's that?
Just turn a fucking fan on.
No, because it's like it's
No.
It's like I don't know.
Science, my head. Turn a fan.
Fucking
All right, take a big fan and put it on one side of you, and take a small fan and put it on the other side.
no,
of you.
man. It's like
then
when
you're
you
gonna
listen
get
to it. I don't know how it sounded like on your end, but when you listen to it, it's like it's
It sounds
crazy
like
shit.
it sounded like microphone feedback, like the low level microphone feedback.
Like a hum.
Mm.
Yeah. So that's what it's. Trust me, man. It's fucking crazy. I love it. It's fucking.
You know what else is crazy?
What?
Eating fucking mushrooms.
Absolutely. That's way crazier than this. But this is like free. It doesn't cost anything. and I didn't have
So are
mushrooms
if
yesterday.
you have cows.
Well, I don't have cows, so
Well, why not?
because I don't have a barn.
Well, Jesus, I thought you all had barns in California.
Don't say you all, okay? I'm not the same as everybody else. We're not a race of people.
I could say y'all.
You could say y'all, but that would be incorrect as well, sir. Incorrect. Why does everybody have cows in California?
Because
School system in Ohio is,
because cows are happiest in California. You've seen that commercial.
yeah, California cheese.
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've seen it.
So I just assume that you all have a cow.
Well, that would make an ass out of you only because you're an idiot.
That's not how that term works. It's ass out of you and me.
Well, I don't think I should be included in all of your mistakes. So,
Well, they are. You are.
yeah, clearly because I point them out. I'm able to decipher.
Oh, shut your dirty whore mouth, Ray.
I can't. This is a podcast. That would you want to fill the rest of the
Why
time?
don't you go back to your home on Whore Island?
Have you seen the trailer for the sequel?
No, not yet. I don't. I almost don't want to watch a trailer because I know it's going to be good enough
Yeah.
to watch.
Yeah.
Why do I need any teasers?
Well, it's not in the 70s anymore. It's in the 80s now. And I'll just leave it at that. But it looks funny. I mean, yeah, it's fucking Anchorman 2, man. Fucking I watched that movie so many fucking times when it was out. So many
All right.
times.
I was thinking about this earlier today.
Okay.
What movie should they remake that they haven't?
Dude, we talked about this on a recent podcast.
No,
Not this. You didn't. Not this specific question, but I did answer this question on a previous podcast. That I would love to see the Neverending Story remade by Peter Jackson or somebody similar. Guillermo del Toro would be pretty fucking cool. Somebody like that would be fucking epic. But I don't know if that would be number one. Do you have what would be your number one? Since have you thought of this already?
Well, there's a lot of movies that I like. Spawn.
I don't know. I think I've seen it, but I don't remember it at all.
I think with because the special effects in that movie were really good.
Yeah.
For what they were, even though some of them were real cheesy.
Yeah. Ooh.
It was like it went from real good to all of a sudden this cartoon devil comes out at one point, and it's like, oh, what the fuck is this? But I think that should be redone. I think that it could be done way better than it was. Like, did you ever get into the cartoon Spawn?
No, I never. That's why I'm not entirely sure if I even watched the movie, just because, like, I wasn't really into. I didn't know the character at all.
That's something that if you can either. The movie's all right. The HBO cartoon was real good.
I heard that.
I never really got into. I never really got into the comic books. But to have an HBO cartoon,
would have to be good.
You know, you could do whatever you want.
Yeah, I remember hearing when it came out, like that, because the cartoon was out first, right? Before the movie?
Yeah, I'm not sure what came out first. I almost think that the movie came out first, and then the cartoon came out.
Yeah.
And then I thought that was going to lead into a sequel, but it just never happened.
I would love to see, in probably, not right now, but maybe give it another 10 years, I would love to see a remake, and I have no idea who, but I would love to see the Matrix movies remade. Only because the last two were lacking compared to the first. So I think if you got somebody, I don't know, 10 years from now, who knows what, and the technology is going to look way fucking better. I don't know what director is going to be coming up that would be amazing for this project. But I would love to see it done.
You wouldn't even have to remake it. You could just do a different version of Neo.
No.
Since they revealed that there were many different versions, so
yeah, I guess
the fact that not everything went the same could mean just you could do it with a different person.
Continue
being the one.
That would be cool too.
Out.
Yeah, that would be cool too. Although, yeah, I mean that'd be. It'd probably. I don't know. Either way, because I'd like to see now that they movies have done all fucking they do all of the sequels all at once, as opposed to how that movie was made, where it was like years after the first one came out, they decided to do the last two.
Or do a prequel and show how the machines took over.
There's they could do that. They had you ever watch the Animatrix? Those little short.
No.
Those were good, man. There was a lot of side stories and prequel type shit in there. It's really fucking good. So they could easily do that. I mean, there's probably tons of fan fiction out there for it. I don't know. I would not mind seeing another 10 years, man.
Movie coming out.
What's that?
I said I'm excited about the new Riddick movie coming out.
I think you've mentioned this before, too.
Most people hate Vin Diesel, and I know people that especially
I think he's awesome, man.
Hate that series. Like the Pitch Black, the Chronicles of Riddick.
Yeah.
And this will be the third one.
I liked Pitch Black. I was not I didn't really watch it. It was kind of on at a house party type of deal. Or it was on while I was hanging out with people. So I didn't really watch the second one, but it was totally different type of movie, it seemed like.
Oh, yeah.
You know? But I never got into the sequels of that. I like Vin Diesel. I think, Boiler Room, he's fucking amazing. He's great in Pitch Black. He's great in a lot of shit that I've seen him in. Even he tried to do this independent comedy where he's like a fat Italian and he gets arrested. He gets like thrown in jail, so it's like him. And I can't remember what it's called. Like it kind of like it's a comedy though. But he was okay in that. It wasn't horrible. And I don't know what was to blame why it wasn't better, but I think he's good. I liked him. I thought he was going to be huge. But you make some bad decisions, get in some shitty movies, and who knows if ego had anything where maybe he thought he was worth more than they were paying him or some shit. But
yeah, actually, here's what happened. The Rock decided to stop wrestling and start doing action movies.
I don't know. Well, I think part of it too.
How many roles do you think that The Rock and Vin Diesel both went up for?
Oh, the Tooth Fairy one for sure.
And not even just that.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, I'm just saying. I don't think The Rock has had that great of a career either. I mean,
he's getting more parts.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he's definitely more consistent. But who knows, dude? I mean, there's not that many. They're both kind of the undefined race. You can't really tell what they could play a lot of different races. They can play, kind of. They're both kind of the bigger, stockier guys. Although, Vin Diesel was kind of not the exaggerated Rock type physique, but
he's just
not
a big
quite.
dude.
He was kind of between like a Rock and what they were doing with like the Bourne movies, where it's like a lot of the action heroes are just kind of just fit guys. They're not
Jason Statham.
Yeah, Matt Damon, and like you see a lot of like just kind of fit guys, like more of a realistic, like almost MMA physique versus superhero physique. So he was kind of that in between. So I don't know if maybe that, since it has changed a lot, like there's not as many of those. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger wouldn't have been. Well, I don't know. Arnold could kind of pretty much fucking do anything, but that type of actor isn't really used anymore, unless Sylvester Stallone's doing another sequel to whatever the fuck they were called, Untouchables, Unbreakables, Undefeatables.
Untouchables. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Which I haven't seen the second one, but the first one was fun. Whatever the fuck that movie was called. But I don't know if there's anything. I want to see Superman. That looks fucking cool. Haven't gone to see that. haven't seen.
I haven't seen any movies.
Yeah, I haven't. I just watch stuff on Netflix every once in a while, which mostly it's been Battlestar Galactica.
Nothing new has came on Netflix in forever. Netflix, step your fucking game up.
They've been releasing a lot of series, like they did the fucking House of Cards, then they did the Hemlock Grove, and then they did the reboot, or not reboot, but Arrested Development, and then they're coming out with another one called Orange is the New Black. It's like a dark comedy.
I don't give a fuck. Release some more movies.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. Who knows? It's like they're probably at the bottom of the barrel, bottom of the bowl when it comes to getting contracts, because they're still like the legacy DVD Blu-ray rental systems. Like the way that whole thing works is so fucking stupid. Like you can't release it till like 2 weeks after we release it, and like there's people get the exclusive where like they get it, you know, a little bit earlier, or you can only get it if you buy this product. Like Avatar was like that. You could only get the 3D movie if you bought like a Panasonic Blu-ray player, Panasonic TV. Like locked down with Panasonic. But I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah. So yeah, I've been working on some new paintings, getting ready, trying to get ready. Like the only thing, well, aside from just getting everything done still, is I need to get money together because I got to buy a lot of shit, like for prints and everything for this upcoming show. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get it all done by next month. So I may have to push it back a month, which will be fine because like I've been like writing down so many fucking ideas. Like one of the things I've been doing when I'm painting, I'll broadcast it live. I don't really promote it too much. I might tweet it out or something like that, but people can watch me paint, which I don't know why anybody would. But I record it also, and then after the painting's done, I'm going to just time-lapse it all together and do like a making-of video. So when the painting's hanging up for sale, there'll be a little QR code next to like the name and the price or whatever that people can scan with their smartphones and watch the making of that painting that they're looking at. So I'm going to do that with my newer paintings, the ones that I'm doing now, and then for the older ones that I still have, I'll probably just do like a describe it or whatever, which it won't be as entertaining, but yeah. So I'm going to try and go as like technological as possible because most people's displays are fucking boring, and I figure it'd be like a cool way just to get more traffic, you know, word of mouth, people going like, oh, you got it this much, you got to check this out, it's pretty cool. So
you should blow everyone that comes to your station.
I could
everyone.
do that. Yeah, I could probably
and I
do
think that would make your station maybe the most popular.
Yeah, I could like block out a little part of the canopy in the back corner for that, and then I could even put like a little camera in there and then have a monitor out so people can watch it, but they're not really watching it, so there's kind of the privacy just so whoever I'm blowing at the time doesn't get soft.
You do like live free cams and make money on that
and
too
just
at
they
the
can,
same time.
I'll put a glory hole type of thing, but that's for donations. They can put donations into the glory hole.
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm going to be so rich, man. I have to get some chapstick and like get over my not wanting a penis in my face thing.
Yeah, you'll get over it.
Yeah.
We're all whores in some way.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I guess everybody's got to suck a dick at some point to get what they want, right?
That's what I've heard.
Yeah. That's how you got your girlfriend, right?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes.
So, pick bet. People need to sign up.
Bet.
People can go sign up for the next tournament. I don't know if it's going to start necessarily right after this tournament's over, which is only one fight left. It's going to be the Anderson Silva fucking
Chris Weidman.
You think he has a chance in hell?
Yeah, I mean everyone's got a chance.
Do
but,
you think
would I bet against Anderson Silva?
Yeah, would you bet against Anderson Silva?
No. Statistics have shown that he seems to beat a lot of fucking dudes.
I want to rewatch. I think you actually can. I think I saw something on YouTube or whatever that you, leading up to this fight, you can go to UFC Vault, whatever that fucking website is, and there have all of the previous fights for both Anderson Silva and Weinman, which I'm not 100% on that. I could be wrong, but I would love to watch just his fights again, just to see, just so I can pretend like I know what the fuck's going on and pretend like I can make an educated guess on. It's like, well, he looked really good in his fights, and he's undefeated too. But I don't know, man. I hope it's good. And I mean, not that Anderson's really disappointed at all in a long time, but
Yeah, he had the 2-fight stint where they were lackluster performances, and
Yeah.
everyone was like, "Fuck him!"
I was
And
too,
then
man.
he's just been knocking people out
Yeah,
since.
that's fine with me. I think it was part of who he was fighting too. Like when he fought that one dude, and he just kept fucking trying to.
Palace Latus and Damian Maya were the two
Yeah.
fights that everyone was like, "Fuck Anderson Silva."
The Damian Maya one, he just tried to pull guard the whole time, right? He was just like
Yeah,
on his back,
Maya
he's like,
did,
"Come
yeah.
on, fucking come on, dude! I swear, come on, just get in my guard."
But then every fight since then
Yeah.
has just been. I mean, yeah, there was the Shale Sonnen, but the first one, and that was a nail biter.
But that wasn't because Anderson was not doing shit. Like the two boring fights were because, well, one, the guys were probably scared shitless, but like he never attacked. So
yeah,
where he does that now, like he'll take his time. Sometimes it doesn't take him much time before he goes in.
he always waits at least a minute before
yeah.
he even tries to throw a punch, but usually after that, it's. I mean, Vitor with the famous front kick, and there was Yushin Okami, who he dismantled. Shale Sonnen again.
Yeah. Well, and
who else did?
Fucking Bonner.
Stephen Bonner was in there,
Holy
where he
shit.
just
Yeah.
annihilated him. I don't know. He's fucking. He's went Matrix again. He's went Neo.
Yeah, in 10 years, if he learns how to be, well, he's probably already a better actor than Keanu Reeves. He should be in the Matrix remake.
Everybody's got that voice, man. There's nothing that's gonna save that.
Yeah.
You'd have to dub him in Jackie Chan style every movie.
Yeah, but when they did that with Jackie Chan, it was Jackie Chan
Yeah,
dubbing in his own shit.
That was the worst idea ever. Like, all right,
Well, and it's everybody was dubbed in.
Broken English.
It's like you have white people that are speaking English because their lips match the words, but it's dubbed in. Like it's man, but I fucking love those movies, man. Like First Strike and Rumble in the Bronx.
Rumble in the Bronx.
Fuck yeah, man. Operation Condor. I was a huge fucking Jackie Chan fan. How could you not, son? Did his own stunts. Has a hole in his head still, or his skull. His piece of his skull's missing. Falling out of a tree.
Fuck that.
Yeah, that's that's what you got to do when you want to be a movie star in China. You fucking just do it. Just do that shit. What's going on here? See, yeah,
fucking do it.
See what else is on that card. Edgar. I wonder against Charles Oliveira. I don't know. I hope Edgar kills him. I want to see Edgar get back in the heap, in the mix.
He should.
Yeah. Mark Munoz versus Tim Bosch. Munoz has been out for a while, hasn't he? Or no?
Yeah.
Cub Swanson, who they say he's from Palm Springs, is actually from Indio, and I grew up in Indio, which makes me way cooler. Actually, no, it doesn't, because I'm me. So he's fighting. Chris Lieben. Chris Lieben was just out in San Diego. Went to the isolation tank place that I have fucking gift cards things for. So that was cool. I saw that posted on Facebook. That was cool. It was cool. Gabriel Gonzaga versus Dave Herman. Yeah.
The rest of the card sounds like a suck fest.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Sometimes those cards that don't sound very whatever end up being exciting. Although I wasn't really excited at all for any of the fights on the last one, even though I watched them and they were decent fights. There hasn't been any. What was the last card that was like super fucking? I need to fucking watch. This is gonna be fucking crazy card. Seems like it's been a while. Seems like it's been a couple months.
The all heavyweight card in December, maybe.
Yeah. That long? It hasn't been that long.
I think since a stacked top to bottom card. Well, no, maybe.
Well, what was the Junior Dos Santos card? That was a fucking crazy card. That was just recently. That was pretty good. Well, maybe no, it wasn't. I don't know.
Who knows?
Oh my goodness, this is such a fast-paced, nonstop action.
In your face, fact-filled podcast.
Yeah.
That we're gonna cut down to an hour this week.
Yeah, just about. But
Just
yeah.
so
So
everyone
anyway,
knows.
let me play this just to fill some more time.
Is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for.
That's right, it's time for the #1 fantasy UFC game ever. Pick Bet.
It's time!
So, PickBet, go sign up, pickbet.net. Follow pickbet.net on Twitter, at pickbet.net, all spelled out. Yeah. Tournament's ending. The next UFC event will be the end of the current tournament and probably start the next tournament, depending on how many people sign up, shortly after. Shortly after that fact, we will start another one, depending on how many people sign up to pick
Who's
bet.
in the finals? Is it Needles versus
Needles versus Asator.
Oh shit.
83. So I think it's 83.
Needles beat me by 1 and he picked all the fights himself.
Yes, which goes to show.
I almost thought that was going to be a good strategy.
No.
Even though I was absent in the voting.
Yeah.
I won the first one in a coin toss, and then I had the other guy pick. It was the worst tournament ever for me.
Well, it was a short tournament. It's only 3 rounds. Done and done. It's the single elimination, way better than double elimination.
Yeah.
And then having people sign up is way easier because I think it sends them, hey, you should go sign up. That way you will actually get an update when it'll send you like an email. It's like, yo, hey.
Oh, yeah, I don't check my emails.
Fuck, man.
Ever.
Man. Well, go sign up anyway. Just go sign up. You can sign up through your Facebook or Twitter login.
Does anyone check their emails?
Yes, I do. I do, yes. I get a lot of junk, but I do every once in a while have to get emails.
But I mean, no one email. Why would you?
It's all business stuff. It's all like services. It's bills. That's where I like get my reminders. Like, oh, you got to pay a bill. I'll get forms from the websites if people fill out forms that I need to fucking do. Like it's not exciting. It's shitty, and they pile up.
Every time I check my email, there's like, you have 2,000 new emails, and one of them might be something to actually read.
Yeah, I go through
So
it.
I just delete them all.
Well, there you go. Yeah, I guess I've like told you I emailed you shit when I email you shit.
Yeah, I guess I do find that when you do email me something, I find it.
Yeah, but you should go sign up anyway.
Everyone
go sign up. Pickbet.net. There's a link on the post, the current post. I'll put up another one here pretty soon. But there's a sign up link.
If you don't sign up, Ray's gonna come and fuck your mom.
I might do that. I haven't had old pussy in a long time, so fucking I will blow the dust off and
your mom's old dirty pussy.
That's right.
He's
I will take my allergy pill. I will dust off that monkey, and I'll eat her pussy on a Quaalude. How about that? I'll do it Coco Diaz style. Fuck the Quaalude.
Ray's gonna use his finishing move called the upper cunt.
Yes.
Where he just punches your mom in the pussy.
Yep. It's a really tricky move. You have to make sure you plant your feet. Screw your feet in the ground and use proper form. If you don't, you could pull something or possibly lose a finger. So
you got to really squat into that.
You do. There's a lot of complex movements mixed with some really basic fundamentals that you have to use for the uppercut. But I should be coming out with that instructional DVD here pretty soon. Well, DVD, what am I saying? Digital download. Just like all the kids are doing nowadays.
DVDs.
Hey, do you remember the shirt should be coming out soon too? I'm assuming it's coming out soon. The Illuminati shirt that I designed.
Yeah.
I think it was this month that they're going to release it, so I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to that shit. Just to go on a complete tangent from PickBet. But PickBet, do that. Sign up if you like UFC or want to start liking UFC or want to just have fun playing around with us.
That sounded gay.
Yeah, I mean, girls can sign up too. It doesn't have to be guys. I'm more than welcome to allow a woman to sign up.
All these women MMA fans on my Twitter friend list.
I'm sure there's a few. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few.
There's probably 2, maybe.
They probably don't know that much. They probably like, I watch it when my boyfriend watches it, and it's really fun to watch. But they probably don't know, like, they probably couldn't pick a fight.
That's how my girlfriend was for a very long time.
Uh-huh.
And her favorites were St. Pierre, and she was just like, I want to fuck him. And I'm like, oh, well.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. Tell me how that goes, and if it works out, see if you can loan us some money.
Yeah. Keep in touch, man.
We're broke.
Yeah, let's go sign up on a joint account just in case you start getting allowance from that.
We're not gonna break up just because you fucked George St. Pierre.
Yeah. I want to watch.
That's a good story for me too.
Yeah, that would be a great story. That would be an instant classic, I think. Every time people would yell that out. Tell the time when JSP fucked your girlfriend.
All right, everybody. Buckle up.
Apparently, his balls do taste like French toast. It's crazy. But yeah,
oh
man.
shit.
Yeah, I've my last girlfriend was into him. I mean, she liked watching him. One before that as well. But then before that, I don't even think I was into it. Actually, I got introduced to UFC back in 2002 when it was, early UFC still. I don't know what number they were on. But my girlfriend at the time was like, you got to watch this UFC stuff. And that's not how she sounded. She had, more feminine voice, I swear. You got to watch this stuff, man. You got to go. We got to go to Best Buy right now. Go rent the UFC Ultimate Fighting Championship.
So you used to fuck a dude? Is that what you're
No. That's just a character voice that I used in replace of, a really hot sounding female voice.
Since it sounded just like you, is it safe to assume that you were just fucking your hand?
That's how I was called this. It's like Russian roulette, but a little bit trickier, and you do it in public, and you use your penis as a gun, and that's how you find out what you're going to rent.
My hand told me one time to watch UFC, and I did it.
No, you start.
You
go into if they still existed, you go into like a Blockbuster Video. You go into a section that you're possibly interested in watching something. You whip out your dick, you start jerking off, and you start spinning in a circle. When time comes, and so do you, whatever most of your stuff lands on is what you end up renting. So my shit got all over some UFC fighter's face on the cover of a UFC. I don't remember. It was probably like UFC 10 or some shit. It was an early fucking one.
So you came on like Ken Shamrock's face?
Probably. Yeah. So, but I wasn't the first, I'm sure. So I rented it, and I wasn't that. I was like, it was back when it was like, kind of like sideshow type. It wasn't what it is now, or when I came back to it.
Styles versus Styles.
Yeah, and it was gimmicky kind of stuff too. But I didn't realize, like, this is cool. I just wasn't into it. I don't know why. But a few years later, went from like those backyard brawl videos to fucking bum fights to like something else, and then like before World Star Hip Hop was around. Well, maybe it was around. I don't know. Then ended up downloading some UFC fights, and like a recent one, it was like one of the, it was like Forrest Griffin or Michael Bisping. I think it was Michael Bisping's first fight in the UFC. It was the Gabriel Gonzaga head kick to Crow Cop was the first UFC I saw. That's the one it was.
I remember watching that live.
Holy shit. And I didn't even know what was going on just from the commentate. Like, this guy kicks people in the head. And it's like, I don't know if Gonzaga is going to be able to do it. He's a jiu-jitsu guy, so his only help is to get him down. Next thing you know, head kick. It's like, holy shit. That just happened. That gorilla just knocked out Crow Cop. And then I just went back and downloaded like as many as I could find legally, totally legally, in theory, allegedly. That's the word. And then just kind of watched a lot of the early ones, and then kind of watched, I think it was like around in the 40s that I started watching, and then just kind of watched all of them since then. But yeah, man. So I was actually introduced to it like way earlier, but I just wasn't into it then. Just wanted to have sex all the time, which is pretty much still true, but I just get more tired now.
Definitely.
I just don't have the energy. It's like, God damn it, how did I do that? How did I stay up all fucking night fucking? How did I do that? I can't, and like all the time. Like it never, like I'd get no sleep, go to work, and then another whole night of fucking. It's like, I can't do that now.
It was a new toy every time when we were kids.
Yeah. Fucking, and you didn't know anything, so you probably did
now
everything.
It's that toy you've played with a bunch. It's still really fun, though. It's still the funnest toy ever.
Yeah. There's other shit going on.
Yeah. Jesus. I mean, that toy's exhausting. You know how much work that toy is?
Yeah. I've
so
got
fun.
back problems.
So much work.
Yeah. I can't be doing this shit all the time. I got gray hair, back problems, and it's just my cardio is shit right now. I don't know if you've seen,
Yeah.
but I'm not in the best shape. Ah, damn it. So, I guess we could wrap this up here.
Yeah, we're at our hour point.
Yeah, we're
No
a
guest.
little over an hour. No guest. Hopefully Postal Poet's all good. Send him some positive energy, unless he just totally flaked. So, no, I don't think he did. I hope he's okay. He hates us. I know. He wanted to come on the show just to flake out, just to not call us. We must be going out. We just found out we're going out with Postal Poet. Next guest is Alex from the Alex Cast, who has a new book out. Everybody go check it out. Oh, fuck. I need to play that. Motherfucker. So prepared. What the fuck am I doing? So Alex from the Alex Cast, she has a show on... No, I don't need that. Has a show on the Inspired Disorder Collective. And he's an author. He's written a few things. And he just got published. You can buy the book on Amazon. It's called Periphery, I believe. This is horrible. Yeah, the book is Periphery is the book, and you can find it on Amazon and I believe Kindle. You can get it for your Kindle as well. And just search Alex Bolin. Alex with 2 X's and Bolin with 2 L's. Bollen. And actually, here's a... see if this works.
Hey guys, it's me, Alex, and I'm the host of the Alex Cast. Alex is always spelled with 2 X's. And Ray was nice enough to let me come on here and give you guys a little bit of a heads up because I wrote myself a novel. That's right, a full-ass novel. And it's called Periphery. You can find it on Amazon.com. Just search for Alex Bolin, Alex with 2 X's, and the book is called Periphery. Or you can go to alexcast.com/books and you'll find that. And my previous work, The Void Sutras, which is poems and short stories. But don't worry about that. You want to buy Periphery. It is just a very strange book in kind of the magical realism trend, you know, like Marquez, or maybe even Broad again, or something along those lines. I refer to it as quantum storytelling. You bring your own opinion to it, and your observation of the work allows the work to unfold and change its meaning and change the course of the narrative. I don't mean that in a choose-your-own-adventure way. I mean that in literally a gnosis encoded into the work way. So yes, thank you very much for listening to me talk for this little bit of time, and please buy Periphery on Amazon.com. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Boom. So do that shit. And there's going to be links up on the Inspired Disorder Collective page. I'm going to put those up after we're done here. To buy the book. And so support the Inspired, we got people doing shit in Inspired Disorder Collective. Let's support them. Let's support this motherfucker. Cool dude, too. I was on his podcast a few months ago. I don't remember exactly when. He is smart as fuck, and I was not prepared for my brain to be working as much as it did, and it probably wasn't even working that much. But, yeah, so he's going to be on next week. And I'm supposed to read his book. Hopefully I'll at least start it this week. Check it out. Like I said earlier, I'm not very good at the whole reading shit, making time for it, but, I didn't read Daniel Bellelli's book when he came on, so maybe I'll just make it a trend. I just won't read any author we have on. I'm not going to read whatever book they're promoting. Just like, sorry.
Yeah. I'm busy.
I got you on the show. What? I can't do everything. You want me to write it for you next time? But, yeah. So, Alex from the Alex Cast, check out his podcast and check out next week's episode. Same time, Sundays, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern. There's a video component to this that I don't know if I ever mentioned, but you can check those out on Vimeo. And then you can also watch and listen to the show live when we record it. You can always check if you follow me on Twitter at Ray Taylor, or on Vine or Instagram. I usually tweet out a picture when I'm about to paint. So if I am painting on the front page of Inspired Disorder or at the inspireddisorder.com/live page, if I am painting, it is being broadcasted live. So you can, if you are bored and want to watch, there's no audio. Just if you want to have something on in the background or whatever, feel free. I'm not really expecting people to watch it. I wouldn't watch it, but I'm using those recordings for another project, which I talked about already, so I don't need to talk about it again. But yeah, so check out this show, check out the video, and iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, all that shit, wherever you get your audio entertainment, check it out. Yeah. So anyway, that's me, guys. And what's up?
I say what?
Oh, yeah. And don't forget to check out at Keith Spurlock 1 on the Twitters. Twitterzinis. Twitter. And then you can check out, he has a page on inspireddisorder.com. He has a page on inspireddisordercollective.com. And he just got a cell phone, so congratulations to Keith, which I think you had gotten it before last epised. So congratulations again. Welcome to 2013. Got a computer 2 years ago. Got a phone a few weeks ago. Look at you, man. Look at you. Next will be Google Glass. Oh shit. And it's a smartphone.
Smarter than me.
Yep. So is mine. The best kind to get. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, hashtagshows.com. If you like stand-up comedy, you'll like hashtagshows.com.
Hashtagshows.com.
Keith and I are fans of a shitload of comedians from the Deathsquad and other category of stand-up comedy, and you could find all of those comedians. Any comedian that we would go watch is on this calendar, so go check it out, see where they're playing in your area, what time, yada yada. Support that shit, son. Support stand-up comedy. Is your shit on there too, Keith? I know Joe was trying to get it on there.
Some of my shows were, but I book them so sporadically that it's hard to update her.
Yeah.
I mean, my girlfriend already complains that I don't tell her when I have shows, so I don't tell anyone.
Yeah. You're like, I don't want to promote anything I'm doing right now.
Don't come and watch me
Yeah.
for like 3 years.
I need to suck for a while. Let me suck and learn and figure shit out. I don't want every audience to be loaded. You got to learn. You got to grow. So that's cool, man. So yeah, support hashtagshows.com. And then go to inspireddisorder.com. Use coupon code INSPIRED. Save money on all kinds of shit that's there. Artwork, products, la 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 la. More shit coming up. And also go to Oh yeah, you save 10%. Did I say that? You save 10%. Use coupon code INSPIRED. Support this podcast. Support me. Support Balls and support Arches all across the world. And then go to InspiredDisorderCollective.com and sign up for our cool social network that has all the podcasts that are part of the network, which I just added. Couple shows I added. Fucking shit. Let me bring it up. Oh, motherfucker. Added 2 new shows. There is Chris Reddy. I think it's The Loudest Geeks in the Room is the podcast. Yeah, The Loudest Geeks in the Room was recently added, as well as the Argument podcast from... Fuck, I'm blanking on his name now, from Australia. It's like Lipfus. I don't know. I'm fucking it up. I'm sorry if you're listening. Go to InspiredDisorderCollective.com to check out both of those shows, newly added to the collective. And then there's artist profiles. I think I'm going to be changing up the site, changing up a few things with the collective, possibly here in the future, in the near future, when I get time to work on all that stuff. But so yeah, go check out all that shit. And if you're still listening, thank you for listening. And next week we will have a guest, and it will be a slightly more put together production of a show.
Say what?
Say what? I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Now that I'm only doing one show a week, I'm like, I don't know what's the soundboard. The soundboard. What are we doing here, Keith? I don't know.
Who knows what we're doing?
I don't know, man. All right. Well, we'll talk to you all.
It's hardly entertainment.
Fuck, man. It's for anybody that did listen to this episode. I owe you a beer. I'll just
all apologies.
never
to our lackluster effort into this
so
podcast.
Weird. It's they can't
Neither
all be
of
gems.
us are interesting at all this week.
I think I was just so ready just to have a conversation with Postal Poet that I wasn't even considering having a conversation with Keith. So I figured he'd be sitting there drinking beers, taking pisses, and then chiming in every once in a while. But I don't know. I wasn't expecting. So, excuses. I have excuses.
Which I didn't do that many of either.
I know. The one podcast where I guess you had to be here since you're the only other person on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah. Anyway. They can't all be gems, man. We had some good fucking podcasts. I totally love the last one. That was like, we've had a lot of, there's been a lot of top podcasts in my book. If I had a book, but I don't read that often.
I don't read either.
Anyway, everybody, we'll see you all next week. Peace out.
Peace.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Inspired Disorder podcast. Embedded signals within this podcast have reprogrammed your natural thinking patterns. Side effects may include lack of inhibitions, erectile dysfunction, anal leakage, transcendental communication with beings from 4 of the 7 primary dimensions. In the event of a tear in space-time, please keep your hands down and feet together. Any loss of life or limbs due to interdimensional travel is not the responsibility of this podcast.